Hi again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started in the class. So I've logged into my PCC, and there are two ways to get into D2L, which is our learning management system. It's where all the content is going to be. So in the upper right corner, there's a computer icon, might be behind my video. And on the left side, if I scroll down, there's a link under Quick Links for D2L Brightspace login. That's the first one there. So I'm going to click there. Takes a second to load here. You might see some announcements, and then you should see all of your courses that you're taking. So I'm going to click on our course. It might look a little different if you're seeing this in a future term. It might look a little different, but as long as I have the same video up, everything will work exactly the same way. Okay. So now we're into our course homepage. This house will take you back to all your courses, or you can use these 9 squares, I don't know what you call it, this little grid, which if you click on that, it'll show you all your courses as well. So different ways to navigate between your classes. Then in our class, we have our homepage here. And in fall 2024, we have had a change to the navigation bar. So this navigation bar up here has been standardized. So I'll show you, I'll go through that with you. First, I'm actually going to change myself to a student so that it looks more like yours. And then up on the right side is all the information about me. So how you can contact me. I have my email, phone number, I have a text number. So this is a Google Voice number that, in case you prefer texting, I just text on roughly business hours though. But if you email me, the great thing about email is you can send it anytime, and I'll send it back the next time I'm working. You can also schedule time with me. So this is a link that will take you to a calendar. And it will show you, you can see the different days that I have, different times for appointments, and you just click on one of these times if it works for you and set up a one-on-one. And it'll set up a little Google Meet link and everything, send you a calendar invitation and reminders and all that. So it's a wonderful way that you can book some one-on-one time with me. So those are called student hours or office hours. These are the general times listed over here. Also, I have in-person drop-in after classes that I'm teaching in person, so you are welcome to come to those too if they work for you. And we have a wonderful mentor this term, Chantell. So you'll get to meet her in a future video, but here's information about her, how to contact her. She also has a calendar link to schedule meeting time, and she's going to have a Google Doc resource for everyone in our class. Also, there's information about tutoring down here if you find yourself interested in that. Okay, so that's getting help on the right-hand side. Let's go through this Navbar. So the home link will take you right back to this page right here. And then content is what we'll be using most often. This is where all the content is for our class. And so I'll be going through this in more detail in a minute. So I'll come back to that. Then we have a coursework link, and with this little arrow. So there are assignments, discussions, and quizzes. Now, if you've taken classes before, you might be used to having these in line throughout the whole Navbar, and they may have been in different orders. So now everything's been standardized, so it will be in the same order. Instructors may have turned some of these off if they're not using them, but if they are there, they'll be in the same place, okay? So assignments is where you can find the upload links to upload things. Discussions is where you'll find discussions. And quizzes is where, this is just for D2L quizzes, so I might actually get rid of that because our quizzes, I'll show you later, will be in My Open Math. Okay, then the next one is course info. This has announcements, class lists, class progress, and groups. Okay, announcements will always show up right when you log in to our home page. So, but if you wanted to go there as another link, you could use that. Class list lets you email classmates. Class progress shows you what you've completed throughout the course. So that's kind of interesting to look at. And I don't know that we'll be using groups in this class. Grades will show you your scores and grade through the whole class. Links are specific links to our class. So this is not a drop down, so I'm going to click on it. And we have 3 links that we'll be using most frequently in our class. And I actually put them on the home page too, so I'll show you that in a second. But we have a free online textbook. So this takes you to our textbook, and the sections are listed in the course calendar. It's a wonderful textbook. You can read through, and let me show you an example. As you're reading through, you can, sometimes there's a question, and then you can click on this to get the answer. So you can, think about the question without seeing the answer, and then click on it when you're ready. So this is a great resource. The other link is My Open Math. That's our free online homework system. I have a whole video about getting into that one and getting it set up, so I'm not going to go there right now. And then this one is for our lab. So each week, each module will have homework and a lab. And so you'll see when you get in here, it's all set up for you with the code to join our class. Okay. Okay, so those are links. Next is Zoom. Now, we don't use Zoom a lot except for our midterm and final. So we have virtually proctored exams in this class, which I'll show you more about. But here you can go to the midterm times 1 or 2 or final times 1 or 2. Okay, then we have a couple more drop downs, lots of help. Find help, accessibility, D2L help, another tutoring link, Panther Tracks, corrections or feedback, student help desk. Student help desk is great. You can call them or email them if you're having a technical issue, and if it's something beyond what I might be able to help you with, so like really a computer issue, they are wonderful for that. And then you won't see instructor tools. That's only for instructors. Okay, so let me go back to the home screen here. Right up here, my links, because these are used so often, you might just save them and have them open all the time in your browser, but I put them right here on our home page, the same 3 links, because you're going to be using them so often. Okay, so then how to get started in the class. You'll find a welcome announcement, and I'm updating these videos here for you. So if you may have found this video through an email, or you may have been in the welcome announcement and you might be watching the video. So I'm redoing these videos here for the updated Navbar. Okay, so next we're going to actually go to content. And it starts the very first time you go in, you'll get this overview page. So I've got a little overview here. Please read that. This is a really important statistician. And then on the left is our table of contents. So treat this as like a checklist for the entire class, okay? So you can click table of contents if you want, or you can click on whichever item, or these are the modules over here that you're looking for. So first we have student resources for online learning. So if you're newer to online learning or just looking for a particular resource, you're welcome to use any of these. It talks more about D2L Brightspace, where to find help, different things like that. One thing you might use, and I have several help links for this, is scanning and uploading files, because that's really helpful in a math class. Then next is the one I want to go through here, Module 0, our course info module. So you're going to start here, and you're going to complete this by the first Wednesday, by the end of the day, okay? So welcome you to the course again. You have this little topic bar up here which shows you where you are. We have a course information introduction. I won't read everything, but I'm just going to give you an overview of this module. So this is what we're doing in this module. You can navigate with this little arrow on the right, this left and right arrows. They're also at the bottom, but it's below my recording window. So you can just navigate to the next page like that if you like, and you can go to the bottom and go to the next page. These are our learning outcomes. So our outcomes for the entire course and our module level outcomes. There's a lot. There's a lot of content in this course. And then I could go to the next page, or if you want to see where you are in the line, it's also down here. So when I click on one module to the left, it brings up all the items in that module. And this, again, is like a checklist for our class. You can see some of these things are automatically checked off just by going to that page. And because I've been working on the class, I've gone to these pages. But then some of them have a checkbox, and that's so you can manually check off when you're done. And I've especially things like the homework, the online homework, just by going there, you might not be done with it. So, and the lab and things like that. Even the lecture, just by going to that page, you might not be done with it. So you can manually check these off as you go. And I've heard from students that they really like it. So let me know what you think. Okay, so we were there. Next, I'm going to go to the land acknowledgement. And I've added, in addition to the land acknowledgement, please read through that, I've added a data sovereignty acknowledgement because data has become a commodity, a global currency. And so I want to acknowledge the right of each Native nation and really every community to govern the collection, ownership, and application of their own data. Okay, so there's more information if you're interested in that. And I have a video on data justice in our module 1 if you're interested in that as well. Okay, I'm going to click on the next item. Here's more information about me. Please feel free to read that. And then the syllabus. Okay, so the big long syllabus. Again, I'm not going to read every single thing, so please read through it, but I'm going to highlight a few things. And I've already highlighted sort of my philosophy in the previous video, but I do value differences and appreciate working with all students. So that is why I am here at PCC. Here is all of our course information. You can see there is a proctoring requirement. So there's no on-campus requirement, but there are 2 proctored exams that can be taken with me on Zoom virtually, or there's an in-person option. Okay, so I'll show you more about that. Here's again, same as on that homepage, all of my information, how you can contact me, schedule time with me, or attend my drop-in hours, tutoring information, and here's Chantell's information, communication guidelines. I want to say, because this is an online class, I know that you might feel isolated or stuck. So if you're feeling that way, please reach out. Please email or give me a call, or same with Chantell. Sometimes even if you feel just completely stuck, we can resolve it with a quick, maybe 5 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it might be a little bit longer, but a phone call or setting up a one-on-one meeting or an email, okay? So please do that. We are here to help you. I check my email several times a day, so I will be responding frequently. If you send it on the weekend, I might not reply till Monday. My official policy is 24 hours, but often it's much faster, okay? And then I do grade things within a week, but often faster than that. Here's all of our instructional materials that I'll be showing you. I already showed you the textbook link. We do have a supplement for one of our sections on bootstrapping. And then there's a lecture notes packet. So this is very important. I'll show you where you can get this, and I've probably already emailed it to you. This has all the pages for all the notes you'll be taking throughout the whole term, okay? I'll show you how to get that. Other than that, everything is free. So we'll be using free online applets. Desmos Classroom is free. You can use a handheld calculator if you prefer, or an online scientific calculator, which is free as well. If you have a graphing calculator, you can use it, but don't buy one. They're very expensive. We won't be using the statistics or graphing capabilities of that unless you already know how to do that and prefer to do that. We'll be using free online technology for our statistics calculators. And that allows us to do screenshots, which is really fantastic. Here's the information for our free online homework system. Okay, remember, you might be seeing this in a future term, so don't use this number, but look at our syllabus, current syllabus, and find that number when you get ready to go into My Open Math. Okay, course description. here's what I really want to show you is the weekly pattern, okay? As you get going, it really helps to have a standard weekly pattern so you can set routines for yourself in all of your classes, okay? Ours is going to go from Wednesday to Wednesday. So this intro module will be Monday to Wednesday, but then starting on Wednesday at some point, you'll be starting on the module content, okay? These are also often open ahead of time. So if you do get ahead or have a slightly different pattern that works for your schedule, that's totally fine, okay? But the idea is you're going to start on Wednesday. You're going to watch the videos and take notes on either plain paper, Word docs, or printed notes pages, okay? Some people also use the PDFs and write on a tablet. That works too. Then everything's going to be due, well, not everything, sorry. The next Monday, by end of day, we'll have 2 things due, 2 out of 3. The Desmos Lab and the MyOpen Math online homework, okay? And these you might play around with if you prefer to do the lab first or the online homework first, or kind of do them in tandem and do similar content as you with both as you go through. Play around with this and see which, I keep going back and forth, so see what works best for you. Those 2 things are due by Monday. And then, of course, throughout the week, attend office hours, schedule time with me, post questions. We have online forums in MyOpen Math and also in D2L. You can email me, you can email Chantell, text, so forth. Okay? And then the next Wednesday, the last thing is due, which is a module quiz. Okay? These, I'll explain the quizzes in just a second. So essentially these ideas take you from kind of lecture and reading to demonstrating, practicing things, discussion. You might post in discussion or have a tutor or study group or discuss with me or Chantell, practice by doing, and then also as part of the discussion you might be teaching others. And these are things that help with learning. So if you ever feel frustrated, lost, isolated in the class, like I said, please contact me right away, okay? I've been there and I'm here to help. I'm not going to judge. That's my job, is to help, okay? And I love that part of my job. So don't think you're bothering me. I love answering questions. I love helping people. That's why I do this job. Okay, so we have a lot of links in here. We've got all of our technology, but I'll show you that the links will be provided when you need them in D2L. But if you want additional information like accessibility, all that information is here for you. Let's talk just a second about AI, okay? Artificial intelligence is just becoming a bigger and bigger part of our life, right? So there are ways you can use AI to help your learning, and there are ways that violate the student code of conduct, as you can imagine, okay? So any work that you're turning in, you're writing on a quiz, writing on labs or homework or tests must be your own words, okay? So AI tools can be used, but they can be used for your learning, like to summarize topics, generate practice questions. Any way you could use it to as part of your learning is totally fine, but you couldn't use AI to turn in as any part of your work, okay? Does that make sense? Please ask if you have any questions about that. Now here we have information about each type of assignment, okay? So, and I'll be explaining this as we go through these intro videos. There is a success assignment. So with our student mentor, Chantell, you can get bonus points for engaging with her. So that is a great resource and opportunity as well. So she has a lot of experience navigating Stat 243 and other campus resources herself, as well as, training and experience in helping students. She's not a tutor. So a mentor is different than a tutor. So she doesn't have to be a content expert, but she is an expert in being a student, okay? And she's worked with this class and with me many times, and so she is a wonderful resource. Student info assignment and discussion posts. So there'll be a student info assignment. I'd like to get to know you better. And then some discussions during the term, okay? One is an intro discussion, and the other are actually private instructor check-ins. I just use the discussion feature for that. Okay, video lecture and notes. This is where the majority of the content will be. All the lectures are on video. It's wonderful. You can pause it, speed it up, slow it down, all that good stuff. Take the notes in a way that's most useful for you, okay? Your notes are for you, not for me. Okay, I'll show you the labs in the Desmos area. This is where you can practice. And Desmos is great because it has lots of different cool features like matching cards together, of course, just entering answers, lots of different features. My Open Math is where you'll be doing your homework online. And then last will be a quiz in My Open Math. Now the quizzes, so there's a bridge from the homework and lab to the quizzes to the exams, okay? So in order to do that, our module quizzes are open note, open book, open resource, okay? But no other people or AI tools are allowed, okay? So you're expected to go through the week's stuff, organize, get all of your notes organized, and you can use that for the quiz, okay? Now that's a bridge to the exams, because the exams are closed book and closed notes, but I will provide formulas, okay? It's not a memorization test. I'll be providing formulas for you, okay? I'll talk more about virtual proctoring in a bit. Here's my late work and makeup policy, okay? So in general, I do have a flexible policy with flexibility. And that means I know you've got a lot on your plate, and so you might need a day or two extra here and there, okay? And that's fine. So I have in My Open Math, you have 6 late passes. There's 3 things in each module, so that's really 2 modules worth of late passes. You can give yourself your own extension. So fantastic. You can do it all. You can do it on your own. And if you use all these up, just contact me. I can give you more. If it's other things, just reach out to me and let me know, okay? And if it's longer than that, we might have a conversation, just let me know. The most important thing is to keep on track through the term, right? There's a lot of content here, so if you get too far behind, it could be challenging. So I will offer you as much flexibility as I can, and there's some notes about this here. Here's all the graded items in the class and the points. Okay, and then last but not least are all of the policies, PCC policies and links, resources, things like that, okay? So I want you to know that along with PCC, I'm committed to inclusion and equity. And so we have Sanctuary College statement, and we have Title IX non-discrimination statement. If you are finding discrimination, especially in our class, please reach out to me. If it's something you prefer to do directly to the office, you're welcome to do that. Basic needs, there's help with food, housing, things like that. Grading guidelines, registration, payment, rights and responsibilities, academic integrity, etiquette, accessibility. If you're working with disability services or accessible ed, I'm happy to work with you. So please reach out, send me your accommodations. I'm happy to meet with you and go over that. If you think you might be interested but you haven't yet, you can use this link and check it out. You can start the process or learn more. Privacy policy, campus resources. There's a great Student Life webpage, has all the, take advantage. You're paying for all this stuff with your fees, so take advantage of all the resources, even if it means coming to campus to get food at the food pantry. It's worth it, or printing at the computer lab. Okay, great. So that's our syllabus. I know it's long. I'm going to go to the next page, and that's our course calendar. Okay, so I have the weekly pattern repeated here again. Many students like to print just the calendar so that they can check things off as they go. So generally, remember, start on Wednesdays, 2 things due by Monday, the last thing due by the next Wednesday. And then Wednesday kind of overlaps, so you're starting on Wednesday as well. If you need the Wednesday to finish, totally fine. Here's our exam dates, okay? And then here we have a table format which shows you the content that we're doing each week and what's due, okay? So same idea, but a different format. We have more in this module 0, and then it's pretty standard for the rest of the term. I'll be going through the course info, the rest of the course info module. We're in there right now. I'll be going through that with you. And then there's another module 1 walkthrough. So everything is pretty standard week to week. And then you'll see we have a midterm week, so that's a little bit different. Pretty standard again, week to week. And then we do have a couple holidays this term. And then a final on the last week. Okay, I'm going to go back to the list so I know where I am. Okay, so syllabus, course calendar. Great. Okay, so the next thing is the virtual proctoring information and survey. So this is really important because this is how we'll be doing our midterm and final. And of course, it says in here, if you prefer not to do your tests on Zoom, if you really prefer to do it in person, you're welcome to do that. Here's the PCC Testing Center scheduling link. So you can schedule your exams, your midterm and final with them. Send me your confirmation, and they're very good. They know all the stuff. They know how to do it, just great. Also, if you have testing accommodations, you'll schedule your test through the AIMS system, and that way they have access to all of your accommodations, okay? So you'll be letting me know what your plan is in this survey. Oh, so first, got ahead of myself. First, there's all these guidelines. So just to explain what virtual proctoring is all about, how it works, you might be wondering, how do I take a test on Zoom? There's a Google Doc version, which is not just unique to me, but it's the whole PCC math department. Okay, so any PCC class you take is going to have this, online or remote. If it's in person, you'll have your tests in person. It's the same document. And then I have made a video version where I'm essentially reading through the whole document. So if you prefer to read, go to the Google Doc. If you prefer to watch, go to the video. You could watch them, look at them together, however you want to do it. Then you'll be going to this little form and telling me what your plan is, okay? So you've got your email, your name, make sure you've watched all the info. These are the options. Either you're going to take tests with me, or you have accommodations, or you're going to do in person, or if you have a scheduling conflict, then you're going to be doing a makeup through the testing center. Please do that. Go ahead and get those scheduled because it's going to creep up on you. Get those scheduled and then just enter those times right there. Okay. Great. So once you just getting all your test info set up from the very beginning is really helpful. You'll thank yourself later on. So that's virtual proctoring. The next link is to My Open Math, and that's our free online homework system. Remember, there's a whole video about that, so I'm not going to do that right now. Chantell has a form for you because she likes to get some information on how to help and what you're most interested in. So please fill that out as well. And then here's the last few items. You can check these off as you go. We have an introduction, so you can introduce yourself to the class and get to see other students. Choose an image that it can be of you, it doesn't have to be of you, but something that represents yourself or something you're interested in. And then answer these questions, 5 to 8 sentences, so not super long, but lets us get to know each other. And then you're going to reply, so that's initial by the first Wednesday. Then you have replies until the next Wednesday. So then you're going to reply to 2 classmates' original threads and do at least 3 sentences. So here's all the details here, some suggestions. Okay, and then also in Module 0 here is a student information assignment, and that helps me get to know you better. This is information that's private between you and me. So only share what you like. You only have to share what you want to share, but no one else will see this other than me. Okay, so a few questions there. The very last thing is a Module 0 discussion. So every module has a discussion that is optional and just for questions. Okay, questions and comments. So I'll go to the discussion tool. If you wanted to go there just as a quick way, you could go right there, discussions. And oh, I've got to reorder this, but you'll see down here is our Module 0 discussion. Somewhere is our intro discussion. Where did it go? It's probably at the bottom because it's from last term. Yeah, at the end. Later I put it at the end when everyone's done. But I'll put it up here. I'll put it back at the top. So here's the introduce yourself discussion. You can go there as a shortcut. You can see every module has a lab discussion. So please do feel free to discuss the lab here. And Module 0 for getting started. You can post anonymously in any of these if you want to. There's a little checkbox. Okay, and then later on we'll have our private discussions, private check-ins. Okay, let me go back to content. I think we made it all the way through the intro module. Okay, so that's all the intro stuff. I know you have a lot of intro stuff in all of your classes. I want to show you a couple more things before I go to the next video for Module 1. The pages to print or buy is really important. Okay, so I mentioned that before. Let me show you. These are the notes pages. So when you get to the videos for the lecture, you'll see that I'm writing on these pages, okay? So there's a lot of information on here that will save you writing, okay? And there's graphs, there's data, all kinds of stuff. So I really recommend, if you can, there's screenshots of apps, things like that. If at all able, I recommend you printing these pages, okay? There is free printing at the Multnomah County Libraries still. This one has a lot of information. So you'll see in the videos that I'm writing on these, okay? So I recommend you go ahead and get those pages as soon as you can. Multnomah County Library, you can print up to 100 pages per day. And this packet is 97 pages, okay? Or it's 99 with the cover sheet. So if you cannot print that, that's great. But if you have to, it's 99, okay? So there's a link here for printing. Some locations are under construction right now, so find one that's close to you. Or you can also, other options, you can buy it from the bookstore, or you can come to campus, and every student has a $10 allowance every term. You can print these pages at a campus computer lab, okay? You can look at the map for where those are. So that packet is really important. Go ahead and get that done so you can be ready to start taking notes on Wednesday, okay? Last thing before Module 1, class resources. I love this image. This kind of summarizes my philosophy as well. Combining mathematics, sociology, and empathy to work together for a better world. So there are links to all the applets. So these will be in each module, but you can see if you wanted a master list, they're all right here. And a lot of them are repeated. I just put them in every module that they're used. Also, we have some data sets we'll be using throughout the term, and those can be found right there. So you might be directed to those in a lab. Okay, great. So I know that's a lot, 33 minutes. That is, but I think it'll save you time in the end by watching that. So thank you for watching to this point. And I will see you in the next video to go through an overview of Module 1, okay? And then after that is the My Open Math. Okay, great. I'll see you in the next video.